What's up, everybody? It's Ethan here, and I'm coming to you from Lake Irwin in the Gunnison National Forest, about 10 miles outside of Crested, Butte, Colorado. And I'm heading down the trail leading away from the Lake Irwin campground and heading up to Scarp Ridge. Alright guys, well, it's a beautiful Friday morning out here at Lake Irwin. It's about 9 a.m. right now, so I am getting a little bit of a late start, but the weather's supposed to be really nice all day today. So, I'm hoping I won't encounter any bad weather. So, as of right now, my plan is to hike up to Scarp Ridge, which is at 12,300 feet. And from there, there's actually a lot of trails you can do to some 12,000 foot peaks, like Mount Emmons and a few others. I'm not exactly sure how far I'm going to be going once I get up to the ridge. I might just call it a day up there, depending on how I feel and depending on if the weather holds out. But I'm just planning on having a really fun time. This is going to be an awesome hike with spectacular views. Most likely lots of wildflowers, all kinds of cool stuff. And it's already starting in a really beautiful area here by the lake. This is my second hike here in the Crested Butte area, and I gotta tell you, I've never hiked out here before, but man, it is such a beautiful place. This might be my new favorite town in Colorado. It's just so amazing out here. Well, that's cool. There has literally been a waterfall on every single hike that I have done this whole week, which is pretty great. So the trail does get a little confusing. I'm actually trying to figure out where I'm going right now because it looks like there's a trail that goes this way and there's another one that goes up here, and I'm pretty sure I got to go up there to connect to that little dirt road up there that will eventually take me to the official upper trailhead. And you do have to cross that stream. There's no bridge or anything, so you just have to walk through it, get your feet wet, but that's okay. So I'm gonna guess that the trail goes this way, but we'll see. So we're on the other side of the lake now, getting a spectacular view of those mountains out there. And I'm almost to the dirt road. All right, so you hike up from the lake. It's kind of a nice little steep climb. And then you end up here on this dirt road. So you can drive this road all the way to the trailhead, but if you don't have four-wheel drive, or at the very least like all-wheel drive like a Subaru or something, I wouldn't recommend it. This is a pretty gnarly road. I drove it yesterday evening, and I ended up turning around and going back to the campground just because it was really rough for my car being on this road. It's really steep in some spots, like, you know, 10 to 12% grades, and very rocky. Up here you can see, I mean, that's not the kind of road. See, I was on this road yesterday, and I have a Corolla. This is not the kind of road that you want to take a car like that on. If you have four-wheel drive or even a Subaru, you'll probably be fine, but with my car, no way. I made it pretty much all the way up to the trailhead, but there's all these signs up there saying that you can't park up there because of this lodge and stuff, and I just didn't want to end up having to get turned around in the middle of the night and have to drive back down this road at night. So here you can see, this is like, if I remember correctly, this is one of the worst parts. And I mean, that's pretty bad. Unless you really don't care about your car, I would recommend it. Alright, so once you get to this point, this is where the actual trail starts. It's right there. Now keep in mind, you can't park here. There's this old lodge here. It's all private property. They don't allow you to park here. This is just a turnaround only. So right around that corner there, basically, if you drive up this road, you just have to find a parking spot on the side of the road. But honestly, there's only like a couple of spots where you could park a car. So honestly, I mean, this isn't a very crowded trail, but I really would just recommend parking down at the lake, because this road it's just really rough. It's a nasty road, and there's just so little parking availability up here. Might as well just park down at that campground and picnic area where there's tons of parking, and it just adds a little bit extra to the hike, because from there, so up here, the upper trailhead is about 10,700 feet, and the lower trailhead is at about 10,200 feet. So it adds about an extra, I'd say, 1.5 miles round trip, and then an extra about 500 feet of elevation gain. But you get some really cool views of the lake. You get to go by that waterfall, so I'd say it's probably just better to start down there. But now I'm on the official Scarp Ridge Trail, and it's about 2 miles from here to get up to the ridge, which is at about 12,300 feet. Cool little snow melt stream. Look at that crystal clear water. Of course, you always want to purify it, but if you get water from a little stream like this for drinking, oh, it's amazing. There's nothing like it in the whole world. So right now I'm at about 11,100 feet, which means I'm about 300 or 400 vertical feet away from breaking tree line. And thus far, this trail has been very steep. Ever since leaving the lodge, it's been a very steep trail, because honestly, I don't even think I've maybe gone a half a mile since leaving the lodge, if that. And I've already gone up Actually not, it hasn't even been a half a mile. And I've already gone up about 400 feet. So it is a pretty steep trail, and it doesn't look like it's gonna be letting up anytime soon, but that's okay. This is beautiful out here, and I can't wait to see how good the scenery gets once I break tree line. So I'm in this beautiful little meadow full of wildflowers. Lots of these yellow ones out right now, which is very cool. And you can see where the trail goes. Mellows out for just a tiny bit through here, and then gets steep again up there, and it looks like it's going to snake its way up there and start breaking tree line up there. So not too much longer. And from here it doesn't look like I can't see too much snow, just little tiny patches here and there that are easily avoidable. Hopefully it stays like that, because with how warm it is right now, there would definitely be a lot of post holing if I had to cross any snow fields, and I really don't want to do that, so hopefully I don't have to. But man, what a beautiful trail this has been so far. How's that for a view, huh? Amazing. So there's Lake Irwin down there where I started from. And so right now, according to my phone, the altimeter on my phone, I'm at 11,600 feet. So pretty much broken tree line. There are, some stunted, Krumholtz trees in certain spots, but basically I'm above tree line at this point, and you can kind of see, so basically the trail just goes right up there and it kind of goes to the left, and I would assume up there is probably, that might be like a false summit. I'm assuming that's probably a false summit, and then once I get on top of that, I'll be able to see the rest of the route up to Scarp Ridge. But wow, it is so beautiful up here. Such a nice day too. Alright, well, I'm now at 11,900 feet. You can see there's Lake Irwin all the way down there. Come up quite a bit from there. The views are amazing in every direction. And there's the route continuing up. I'm well above tree line now. And this has been a very steep trail. Most of the trail, the first 3/4 of a mile when you're coming from Lake Irwin up to that lodge wasn't so bad, but once you get past that lodge and start on the actual trail, it's very steep for most of the way. But man, the views are just so great up here. This is a cool hike. Lots of these yellow wildflowers. Got some purple ones over there too. Pretty early in the year to start seeing wildflowers this high up, but this area, especially Crested Butte, did not get a lot of snow this winter, so that's why you can see, other than these really tall peaks, there's like no snow anywhere. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going and make my way up to the summit. So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the summit up there. Could be a false summit, but I am at about 12,100 feet right now. So Might be a little bit higher up than that, I don't know. But we're definitely very close. You see the trail goes up there, and I'm pretty sure it'll cut over to the right once it goes out of view up there. But either way, not too much further. I can't wait to see those views on the other side. So back there, that was a bit of a false summit. Wasn't exactly the top, but I'm very close. I believe that's it right up there. I'm pretty sure that's a little sign up there marking it. So very close. Got about another 100 feet of vertical gain, because we're about 12,200 feet right now. So about another 100 feet of vertical gain, and I will be at the summit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the summit of Scarp Ridge. 12,312 feet, and man, are the views incredible. What you're looking at in front of you is the Elk Range. Aspen, I believe, would be over in that direction. Down there's a partially frozen alpine lake with some very cool looking blue water. And of course, over here are views that I've been showing you guys pretty much the whole hike. Crested Butte is off in that direction of town. What an awesome summit this is. And as you can plainly see, I have it to myself. It's just me up here. Not only do I have the summit to myself, but I've had this entire trail to myself. There's not been, other than a couple of people camping down by the lake, there's not been one single person for this entire hike. Just a beautiful, perfect Friday morning. Could not ask for better conditions for doing a hike that takes me up this high. I mean, you can see that there's, hardly any clouds in the sky. It's blue skies, not too windy. It's probably about 55 degrees up here right now. It's absolutely perfect. Didn't really encounter any snow either. There were a couple of very small patches, but didn't have to cross any snow fields or do any post holing or anything like that. Just a very clear-cut path up here to the summit. Great way to start my the summer season off. This is, of course, just the first of many summits that I'll be doing this summer. I got big plans. Definitely going to be doing a couple of 14ers, some 13ers, and some other cool summits like this one. This one is, as they say, a 12-teener. 12,312 feet. Well, I'm getting pretty hungry, so I think it's about time for me to have a little snack and sit down and relax and enjoy this scenery. So one thing I forgot to point out a little earlier, right there you can see the Crested Butte, Mount Crested Butte Ski Resort. Very famous resort out here in Colorado. One of the best ones in my opinion. Taking one last view because I'm heading down. So the winds have picked up a little bit since I got up here, but it's still really nice. Like I said, I'd say it's probably about 55 degrees right now. And with how powerful the sun is, when it's 55 degrees, 12,300 feet, it feels warmer than that. Because you're completely exposed. You're so much closer to the sun than you are at, like sea level or even down glacier right there. You can see that little, it's like a really crystal clear frozen, mostly frozen little pool of water, and it looks like kind of just like a permanent snowfield glacier kind of thing. Really cool. This is such an amazing hike, and I'm excited for the hike back down. Get all those amazing views again on the way back down. So there were a couple of other people that came up onto the summit, and two couples came up, and one of them stayed up there for like a minute and then kept hiking down the ridgeline to get to the next summit, and the other two were still up there when I just left. So there's a couple people on the trail. Now it's a little later in the day, but still not even a tenth of what you'd see on most 14ers. And I mean, you know, it's not quite as dramatic as a 14er, I guess, but you still get views just like you're on top of a 14er. And you still get that really awesome experience of being up in the alpine tundra here in Colorado. It's a one-of-a-kind experience for sure. But anyway, starting to be able to see that is Lake Irwin way down there, 2,200 feet below where I am right now. So that's where I'm heading back to. So came down a little bit right under this false summit here, and just getting such a good view of the Mount Crested Butte ski resort from over here. Thought I'd show you guys that. You can see all the runs on the side of the mountain and the town down there. Now keep in mind that's the resort town. The actual town of Crested Butte is more over in that direction. What a perfect day to be up here. I'm telling you, it doesn't get more perfect than this. So I'm going back down just to give you a little idea. I know you can't really tell, but it's very steep in this section. This is definitely one of the steeper sections of the trail, but it's like straight up. I'd say that's probably like close to probably like 35 to 40% grade. Very steep in this section. You rapidly go basically down and then to the left. So it's definitely not an easy trail by any means, but it's a pretty easily accessible summit. I would definitely say that. And of course you get to look at those views the whole time. So starting to come back down to the trees now, on one of the very few and far between sort of flat sections on the trail. So from here it's not too much further to get back to the lodge at the upper trailhead, and I think total to get back to Lake Irwin it's about I'd probably say 1.5 miles. All right, well, I made it back to the lodge. So from here it's about 3/4 mile back down to the Lake Irwin campground, and it's a lot more mellow than the rest of the hike is. So it shouldn't take too long to get back there. I gotta tell you guys, this is an awesome hike. Maybe I'm just partial because this is my first summit of the year, first big summit of the summer season. But that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that trail. Really just beautiful views the whole way. There's the lake down there, the waterfalls, the wildflowers. I mean, everything. Had everything you could ask for. And of course it ended up on the top of Scarp Ridge at 12,312 feet. So ends with a really beautiful mountain summit with spectacular views of the Elk Range and of Mount Crested Butte Ski Resort and all kinds of cool stuff. So all said and done, this is about a 5.5 mile round trip hike. If you start like I did from the lake, it's a 5.5 mile round trip hike with about 2,300 feet of elevation gain. And like I said, well worth it. And honestly, I would highly recommend starting from the lake, even if you have a car that can make it up here. I mean, most people seem like we're starting from up here, but you know, that cuts out a whole portion of really scenic trail that I got to hike. I mean, going past that waterfall and hiking around the lake, it was all really cool. So I'd say start from down there, have fun. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I just got to go right back down there to where my car's at, and the hike will be done. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel and share this video. And I'll see you guys soon for the next one. This has been an awesome week with a lot of fun hiking in the San Juans and out here in Crested Butte. Anyway, guys, have a good one.